everyone at home and here in our studio audience to the weekly show. I am your host, David J. Maloney. To my right, our house band, the Mogiles. So Facebook has been in the news a lot lately. Not too long ago, Mark Zuckerberg promised to work harder to protect users' privacy. The Facebook CEO said he'll waste absolutely no time making it safer for Facebook users to basically waste time. According to a new poll, 6% of Americans say Facebook can be trusted with personal information. Of course, the poll's margin of error, 6%. If you haven't heard, the CIA is now on Instagram. You might as well start following them. After all, they're following you. According to a new study, people's attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. To give you an idea of how bad it is, I'm actually just going to skip ahead right to the next joke. Former NASA scientist Luis Riofrio has been published saying that time travel is now possible because the speed of light is changing. She said she reached that conclusion in 2024. Doctors are now warning that more STDs are becoming immune to antibiotics. That being said, I'd like to wish all of our college viewers a great summer vacation. If you've never seen the weekly show before, keep watching. We typically feature one local guest who may be someone you already know or would like to know more, and often one big-name guest. Tonight, we continue our in-depth interview with boxing legend Roy Jones Jr., as well as debuting our first David's Tips segment. Topic this week is hurricane preparedness. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. And we are back. Tonight I'm going to debut the first of a new segment called David's Tips, where we talk about different things that people can do or things I would do to protect myself from insurance companies before bad things even happen. Tonight we're talking about hurricane preparedness. Everyone already knows what to do as far as preparing your home, boarding up your windows, getting water, getting gasoline, getting generators, things like that. Tonight what I want to talk about is what to do to prepare yourself to protect your assets after a storm from insurance companies. What a lot of people don't know is that you've got different types of coverages, flood and wind, especially if you live near the water, and a lot of us on the Gulf Coast do. Now, the problem with that type of coverage is that you have a limited amount of contents, but you have a lot more contents with wind. So one of the things that I do when I have a storm coming is I take some of my most valuable assets and I move them upstairs or to other locations, homes of friends and family members that are further inside or inland. Sometimes I'll even put something in a vehicle and park that vehicle inland because that's covered by homeowners in a different way. That way, if you get hit by a flood and you only have so much flood coverage, you don't run out of coverage on your contents. So the important tips to know is, one, diversify as far as spreading out your assets to different locations. Because if you have something, for example, a lot of people have home theater systems, appliances, things that are hardwired into your home that you can't move. But then there are things that you might have that you can. Could be artwork, could be other types of furniture and things that you can move to a higher level. And then, of course, don't forget to take your most personal, private, or family heirlooms with you, because there's no way insurance companies are going to give you the full value, or at least the value to you of those things. Anyway, this has been David's Tips. I hope this information has been helpful to you and will be helpful to you. And we'll be right back again after these messages. And we are back. Our interview with Roy Jones Jr. went so well, we actually made it a two-parter. So tonight and right now, we are going to continue the second part of our interview with boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. Now, the 1988 Olympics, Park Si-hoon. Mm-hmm. This was in Seoul, South Korea.
Yep.
He was Korean. Mm-hmm. Up to this point, you get to that point where this is the finals for the gold medal. Mm-hmm. You had gone through all the other fighters, didn't even lose a round, right? Not even a round.
Nope, not one.
Then you have to fight him. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm looking here, the hit count was 86 to 32. Mm-hmm. You had landed 86 to his 32. Mm-hmm. And everybody who has eyeballs, who saw this, knew that you had clearly won this. Mm-hmm. And then you end up, they end up giving the decision to him. Mm-hmm. Two of those three judges are now banned for life?
I think three of them.
All three of them?
Yeah, all three that gave him the fight got banned for life.
I was trying to think about rip-offs in sports. That one and the Saints.
Here's a better thing, though. Okay, with the Saints is hard because you have to make the call right there, spur of the moment. That's why they're working on so much replay, right? And it's hard for them to go back and say, okay, we got to take this Super Bowl back from New England and let the Saints replay their game first, then come back and let them play the winner of that game first. And you can't ultimately put those same circumstances back into play. So it's hard to say, and it wasn't the finals. It was in the playoffs, right?
Playoffs.
This was the finals.
They could make this right.
You feel me?
They could still to this day make it right.
That's what I'm saying. You banned judges, so you're proving everybody was wrong. So why don't you go fix the whole thing?
Yeah, and
if
just
you banned the judges, you banned them for a reason.
Give the man his gold medal and
so go fix it. Get the man his gold medal. Let's move forward.
Put an asterisk on the other guy.
Do you feel me?
Does that event give you even additional drive when you come out to go pro?
Oh yes, oh yes.
So now you got to prove something too, right?
Well, you know, it's like I always tell people, God works in mysterious ways. When I was robbed, I felt like I was just going to stop boxing. I got back to Pensacola and saw the little kids that were on my boxing team, and the looks in their eyes, like, you don't give up. You giving up? I could just see, they had to say it, I could see it in their eyes. I was like, dang it, man. And then I started thinking too, how can I, of all people, go around doing speeches telling kids that when times get hard, you don't give in to those hard times, you go harder than you ever went before. If I'm gonna give up because I got robbed. So I lost that vote. But I did say to myself right then, you know what, when I come back, I'm gonna prove to them not only that I was the best at the Olympics, because they gave me the Val Barker Cup for most outstanding boxer at the Olympics. Yeah. So now I gotta prove to y'all, not only was I the best at the Olympics, but I'm the best on the planet. So that definitely fueled my fire.
When you fight, there's a sound that everybody hears. The Where did that I don't hear with any other boxer. Right. Is that arm movement, fist movement? Is that your mouth? What is
your mouth?
It's your mouth. Is that part of the intimidation factor? Because it makes you sound fast. Where is that? Your breathing? What is that?
Breath is breath control. If you don't have breath control, you can't do nothing in boxing. A lot of guys try it. A lot of guys do it different ways. And I got a guy I'm training here right now. And when he first came, the first thing I told him was, however you start breathing in round one, is how you're gonna breathe the whole night. Because what he does is, from watching him before, and I said something about it even when he fought. When I hear him start going, hey, and you don't start at the round 5, I know something wrong. You're getting fatigued and you're starting to let it show because it's showing your breathing. Me, like you said, you hear that same that you hear from round 1 to round 12. It don't change. Him, he changes. So if you change it, that's telling me as an opponent, something wrong with you.
People don't realize how physically exhausting boxing really is. Because you'd go, at the end of 3 rounds, I'd be just wiped.
Most people can't go 3 rounds.
I mean, it took a year.
I've seen marathon runners run 26 miles a day and can't go 1 round.
So when you guys go in there and you go 12, and with the amount of,
very taxing on your body.
Of all your fights and wins, which one would you say was probably the sweetest?
It's hard to say, man, because there's I guess it's like a life story. There's a start, there's a finish, and there's an ending. The startup one would have been James Toney, because that's when I stepped on the scene and beat the man who was the man. You know what I say, in order to be the man, you gotta beat the man. James Toney was the man. I smashed the man. And that was big for me because that put me as the man. You understand me? So in 94, I became the man. That was my first one. That's the most important because that was the launch of my career. Midways in my career, when they robbed me against Montel Griffin, and I had to come back and show that they gave me a loss for no reason, because had they not given me that loss, I probably still wouldn't have a loss right now. But when they disqualified me.
Was that the one where he dropped to a knee?
Yeah, and they disqualified me. And I was pretty pissed off about that. So when I came back, I said, I'm just gonna fight that last round, or I'm sure how to fight that last round in round one. And that's exactly what I did. So that was very gratifying, satisfying to me, because I did exactly what I said I was gonna do. And I told him he had quit in the first fight. But this time I'm gonna make him quit. This time I'm gonna put him down where he can't quit. His body ain't gonna let him go on no more. And that's what I did. The last but not least, at the end of my career, my heyday, when I fought John Ruiz in 2003, that was like the biggest historic accomplishment of my whole career, because nobody ever started fighting professional as a dream middleweight and became heavyweight champ of the world. But that goes to show you, when you trust in God, the sky's the limit. You never know what God has in store for you. And that was my biggest testimony of my whole career. And that was probably the ultimate win of my career.
Virgil Hill. You knocked him out with a body blow? I don't hear a lot about that. Is that because it doesn't get as much hype as a traditional knockout, or is it because it's just much more rare to actually have that happen?
It's much more rare. Not many guys knock guys out with body shots. I do, but not many do.
that was just...
And truthfully speaking, what was so rare about it is very rarely, you heard it, but very rarely you see two big-time athletes and one of the big-timers get dropped and get stopped from a body shot. This doesn't happen that way. But the one Bernard hit Oscar with, you didn't hear. But he stayed down there like you heard it for a year. But I ain't hear nothing. So, you never can tell. But,
And we're back. Tonight we are going to conclude our interview with boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. The Bernard Hopkins rematch. That kind of got pretty crazy pretty quick. I remember that was one where there was some kind of rapid punching going back and forth a little bit. There was
not back and forth. They let him do it. They wouldn't let me do it.
Yeah. Well, I remember there was one shot where he had your right arm trapped, and you kind of just gave him a tap, and then he collapsed like it was
like I killed him.
Like, yeah, exactly. So and then of course, as soon as he gets up, he's totally energized, like
At that point, I knew they had to fix in on me, and even if I knock him out, they're gonna disqualify me. And I said I hit him behind the head or something. So I was like, I can't win tonight, Oh
no, I saw it. There was one point where he's kind of this way, you're over this way. The ref is right here, and he literally just right in the cup.
Yeah.
I mean, just right in the cup. And then you had one that was maybe here accidental, and then of course he goes down and takes
and he takes a point from me.
Takes the and he
then at the end
takes
of
the 5 minutes too.
At the end of one round, he's still fighting. He's swinging at me, so I'm swinging back. The referee pins my arms.
And he just keeps hitting you.
He's still swinging my head, but he's still swinging my head. That's when my son rushed and jumped in the ring. Like, what kind of fight is this? Did y'all double teaming me?
So your son jumps in the ring, security grabs him, they take him out. They're taking him out of the building. You're in there having to fight the rest of this fight. Does that even come into your head at all? Or are you blinders on, you got a mission, you got a job, you don't care what's going on with any of that other stuff? Or does that kind of get in your head a little bit?
To that bell ring for round 12 says over it, and nothing else in my head.
If you get a feeling that a ref isn't going to call certain things, do you go, well, then I think if they're doing it to me, I can get away with it too because a certain ref is not going to call these things?
No,
or do you have to be...
It's not like that, and it's just like in that case. I get disqualified because you keep doing it to me, I'm going to do it back. I ain't going to keep depending on the referee. So I was surprised I didn't get disqualified that fight because I would rather be disqualified because keep doing it to me and the ref don't stop you because now I know y'all conspired against me already. So you don't keep doing it and think I ain't gonna do it better. So you just get ready, every time you do it, get ready to take another point because I'm gonna keep doing it.
So at that point, now do you get to a point where you realize that's happening, that the only way you're gonna win that fight is by knocking them out?
And then I'm scared, if you knock him out, you still might not win. They still might disqualify because it's Golden Boy, he with Golden Boy, they got to fix in on me. So I'm like, you know what, now you can do about this one, buddy.
So, and I hate to put it this way, so all you can do is cash your check and move on.
Cash check and move on.
Are there some fighters right now that you are really, really excited about that our viewers should be keeping an eye out on them and watching that you think are going to be up and coming stars?
Honestly, I'm excited about all of them. You know, I got Freddie Wilhite, Glenn Hagler, Luis Hernandez, RJ. I'm training Devin Alexander right now, who's from St. Louis, who was a former world champion. Got Michael Williams Jr., got Fernando Bunch, got quite a few of them, and I'm excited. I got a girl that I train, two girls actually, Ikram Kerwat and Jamie Mitchell. So I'm very excited about all of them.
Are we going to see you in as ringside with a lot of these things? So,
Glenn just boxed Brock Weaver a month ago down in Destin. So I was there in that one. So like I said, there's quite a few of them I got, and you will be hearing a lot more from me, and I'll be right there at ringside. I'll be at ringside when Devin fights Ivan Richcat May 25th in Vegas, I think.
Now, when you say ringside, you mean in their corner, or
I'll be in his corner. Yes.
You'll be in the corner. You've been in what, 14 movies, maybe 50?
Been quite a few of them, yeah.
Of the different roles that you had, is there one that you was just the most excited about? That was the
Matrix.
The Matrix.
I was Captain Ballard. I was very excited about that one.
Michael B. Jordan. He's the fellow that was in Creed 2, right? And you were in
Creed 2. As a commentator.
Was there a situation where he challenged you to some sort of thing, or was that just kind of a fun social media kind of
He accidentally got the hiccups, and that came out of his mouth when he hiccuped up, and he thought about it, and he took it back and swallowed it back down. So that's all good. But there is a guy, a former UFC fighter by the name of Vitor Belfort, who has challenged me openly and said he wants to come out of retirement and fight me and wants me to come out of retirement. And as a matter of fact, I got a call from a fighter I wanted to fight back in the day, because you said you were going to ask me about that too. This is one of the guys I wanted to fight. The main three was Eubanks, Ben, and Collins. But they called me to fight Ben the other day. They said, yeah, we got $9,000. I said, yeah, well, y'all would go find a $9,000 opponent, because that ain't me. You understand me? When I won it, y'all didn't call me, so and y'all wouldn't call back. Now y'all talking y'all won it, and you going to talk about $9,000, man, get out of here with that. Go find somebody to play with, don't call me. I got better things to do with my time, you know, so. I would have loved to fight Ben back in the day, but the money they offer now, it's not worth it. We beyond our prime. What do I have to prove? You know what I mean? I don't have nothing to prove to nobody, to be honest. So
no, you got this whole gym full of posters that prove everything.
Unless we're making an astronomical amount of money, why would I get back in the ring? Doesn't make sense. So even with Vitor, I said, look, I hear you. I'm cool with the dirty boxing and all that, but if it ain't making money, it don't make sense for me. What I got to prove to you? But now, don't think you can beat me because it's called dirty boxing. That don't mean nothing to me. Y'all put the money in the wood, and I'll show you how to dirty box, because I can do that too. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm just, I laugh at them, but I don't pay anybody much attention, because, like I said, I did everything in boxing I wanted to do. If you was there when I was there, I tried to fight you. I wasn't gonna take all my belts to Germany and fight Darius Mikucheski, knowing that you're like going to Syria and Alabama. If he go 12 rounds, I done lost. I got 7 titles. He got 1. I'm gonna go to your backyard knowing that if you last to the last round, they might start the round early on me anyway. In the last round, just to get you through the fight, and they're gonna give you all 7 of my titles. How dumb am I? Is it really, if money worth that to me? No, it's not. I'm a winner. I'd rather win than have the money. I'd rather beat you for free than get paid $20 million to lose to you. You feel me? So it's just who I am.
There's decisions that have to be made where you've got to feed your, you've earned enough in your lifetime to be able to feed your family, so now you can feed your legacy.
I feed that, and I feed my family another way. I ain't going for it that way. You believe that? So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Roy Jones Jr. I appreciate the time we spent together.
I appreciate it.
And look forward to the next time we see you again.
Thank you.
That's been our show for this week. Please check out our website and social media pages so you can see what guests are coming up in the future and how you might become a member of our studio audience. Also, do not forget to go to the Mogiles website so you can see where they may be playing in an area near you. Take us home, Mogiles.